Betting on Love is a group of people who are betting that universal love and compassion can change the world. We believe that needing to feel safe, loved, and seen are basic human needs.
An invitation into deep presence through the imagination, reflection, contemplation, and astral projection. You honor me by being here and giving your presence to me. Thank you. Bringing your attention, but also your participation. You have an opportunity to let me feel you if what I'm saying is resonating. If you want your presence to be known, feel free to hoot, holler, disagree if you feel. I just want to feel you. Thank you. Yes. I'm going to close my eyes and I want to see you with my sensing, right? I also want to hear you with my inner ears. I feel you. I'm with you. Thank you for being with me. I bring my concentration to the wind. This air we share with the flowers, with the plants, those trees. We have this exchange, right? We bless each other up like that. Every single one of us blesses each other up. I don't know how or why everything exists. Sometimes I wonder. My kids have a strong aversion to cockroaches. I see them cower by the side of the room whenever there is one. And I try to, be fearless in the sight of the cockroaches and go handle them and toss them long. And I also accept things the way they are. Even those thorns of who I am as a rose person. And of course, those petals. I honor those birds of the air. And those feathers they carry. These feathers belong to a spirit ally of mine who goes by the name Rango. And there was a time when I was finding my way into the Native American church, and I had an inspiration to hold a feather fan. And I shared that vision with the lady I was walking with, my kid's mom. And about a week after that, my son and the kid's mom, they found Ringo, the hawk, on the side of the road. And I honored that bird to the best of my ability. They froze the bird. They didn't know what to do with it. I was out on a men's retreat in Big Bend, praying in a teepee, the bonfire blown by the wind, And when I returned to the bird wrangle, I saw the gift that Spirit gave me, and the gift that I gave myself by visioning a gift for myself, asking for what I want. On another occasion, I stumbled upon a gift in the woods. It was Christmas Day, and I was wondering, what the heck is happening? Why am I feeling disconnected from my heart right now? This Christianity that I knew from my childhood wasn't relevant in this moment. And what did I do with that energy that wanted to connect? So I did the best I could, and I took that energy out into the field, not knowing, not having an agenda, no plan. And I found a deer, rainbow deer carcass. And I had this vision to reciprocate the gift this time. And I sang 4 songs to the deer. And that deer gifted me this beautiful song in exchange. And I also had this vision of honoring the spirit I saw, the inspiration I saw and felt in this skull, this beautiful skull. I painted it gold. I decorated it with a rainbow. It's kind of like a guardian in my home space now. Spirit sees, spirit senses in ways that I feel limited to comprehend right now. I promised an invitation for presence, and I want to honor that by returning to that vision now. I am the red-tailed hawk rainbow. I am the stargazer lily. I'm that air, I'm in it. I'm the voice of the birds. Calling to each other. Across the skies. The eagles up there. Breezing through the clouds. The whirling dervish. The voice of a cricket. We share these beautiful elements. There's a sameness because of that. There's a common ground. There's a collective honoring of the air, fire, water, earth. Partly because we needed to have this earth walk. And also because it's a natural part of who we are, so why wouldn't we honor it? Turns out, I didn't honor all I was my whole life. Those thorns were really ugly to me. That anger came out like fire. I didn't know always that fire has a creative quality to it. I'm bringing myself into a quantum leap to 1989 when Yellowstone National Park burned to ashes. All those evergreens, black. Those cottontail bunnies and those jackrabbits running with their whiskers and their ears on fire. Buffalo stampede. It was devastating. I didn't see the big picture then. Last time I returned to Yellowstone, it was vibrant green, like I never remembered. Flourishing with flowers. Buffalo blocked the highway. It's still there. Nature has a way of being bigger than what I comprehend a lot of the time. I jumped to the year 2000, and I hear this primal scream, something in the air takes me out of bed. I can't even resemble it, it's too hideous. I don't know how to scream that loud, that passionately. I put on some pants and zoomed over. I didn't know if there was domestic violence happening. As soon as I got there, I found out it was a lot worse than I imagined. 15-year-old boy strangled himself, I'm that pain, that pain of youth, that fire, not knowing what to do with that energy, being scared, wanting that pain to end. I had the honor of being a first responder, watching this boy's mom struggle. She was a lifeguard, a swim coach, and she couldn't remember how to do CPR. It sounded a lot like this, that air sounded a lot like this, spilling out of his lungs. We create our own blocks, blocking ourselves from the gifts abundant all around us always. Distancing ourselves from that beauty that is just flowing abundantly toward us, pouring, overflowing beauty and blessings toward us. And it's not because of negligence, I don't think, but that's part of the trip. The dimming, the dumbness, the numbing out. I found myself dim, dumb, and numb. Honor the fires. I thank this water and this fire for holding space, conducting this moment for me right now. I bring myself to the year 2020, 2015, I don't know, recently. I find myself in a teepee. Everyone around the circle is holding tobacco and rolling tobacco in corn husk. And we're going to smoke our prayers. We're going to visualize and verbalize our intentions to make them substantial like that. I feel you still. I see you. Thank you. Sometimes I want the substantial visualization to know you're there. Yes. So we substantiate it that way. We say out loud our prayers. Is it okay if I pray? Divine Beloved, thank you for this moment. Thank you for this stage right here and this microphone and spotlight. Thank you for this chance to be real with how I feel so I can heal. Thank you to all these brothers and sisters. This one's way over there. All around. Thank you to all those brothers and sisters. Thank you for that family all the way over here. Thank you for this life. Thank you for showering me with blessings. Thank you for bringing these elements clean into my life. Thank you for the cleanliness I bring to the elements as a whole by honoring them and celebrating them. Thank you for the ways I honor and respect myself. Thank you for that forgiveness that creates a way for me to walk in beauty. Oh. Thank you to my ancestors. Thank you to those benevolent spirits with me. There's a time when my kids are at the coast and we're excited to be there. We're enthralled by the water, Corpus Christi, Mustang Island. Feeling so excited, but the wind is fierce. And the fire won't start. The tent is pitched, but the fire won't light. The kids are howling, crying, wailing. And then that fire comes like a comfortable blanket and brings us peace. So many qualities of the fire, even that passionate rage that go unnoticed, unappreciated. I see it all as love now. I see love as the undercurrent under every single thing. It's the force that drives me forward. It's the origin of it all. That's how I see it. I'm not here to teach. I'm here to learn. That water. There's a time in 1996 when I suffered a devastating loss in the grip of a river with a whirlpool. A whirlpool in a river. I didn't know it existed. I don't know if anyone knew it existed. I don't believe it existed until this moment. My brother comes to me over the roar of the water. Dad's dead. What'd you say? Dad's dead. Don't ever say that again. He fell into the water 10 minutes ago. Where? There's a whirlpool. Crush my knees going into prayer. Jump up the best I can and run. Throw my entire body into the whirlpool. Whirlpool. In the river. Not only my dad, my best friend. Never to be seen again. Nobody ever surfaced. When I looked into the water, I couldn't see more than a foot in front of my face with bubbles and dark. I faced that fury of water too. On other occasions, stuck in a rip curl. Fighting for my life until, bam, the water slams me, crushing my bones onto the shore. You want to live? Here. Yeah, I want to live. Thankful for this life. I see the gift in it. I see the fragility of it too. It's delicate, just like a rose. Some of us can't handle it. I just found out today a friend passed. It's every day, you know. We can suffer the hardship of these losses, and I do think, you know, finding time to grieve is smart. And we also have our beauty walk, you know, with mud on our face, showing up for ourselves, taking good care of ourselves and our family, taking good care of our neighbor. Putting those passionate expressions of love into check with patience, tenderness. I find myself having to learn over and over to be patient, flexible. Another time, same water. I call it the same because I witness an individual raindrop, just like our individual soul, falling down as one thing and then, boom, blending into the entirety of all the oceans together, joined, right? The identity expanded into a certain level of oneness, right? Same water. 2002. I find myself in a little trickle of water cascading down this rocky slope where 1,000 years of water has made a slide, a slippery slope. And some part of me on a hot summer day wants to sit in the water, and that water catches me in its grip and pulls me down the mountain, this glacial runoff. And I can't slow down, and I fall off a waterfall. My body becomes wedged in a pool of water under a waterfall with the entire waterfall falling directly on me. Right above me is that sun blazing through the water. I realize this is the end of something, the end of an ego for me, the end of me as I know it. And I communicate with God. And then I see this image from my childhood with my dad putting a camera on a timer and racing across the room, tripping, and I'm laughing hysterically because there's still 10 seconds on the timer, 9 seconds, and it's just, there's ample time, there's no need to rush it, it's just hilarious. And by the time the picture snaps, I'm still like, that laughing is so huge. And another memory, another recollection of the depth of it, another Christmas, opening Christmas presents and feeling totally disappointed with these Christmas sweaters. And, here, you get to wear these to church tonight. Oh. Try not to complain. So, the memories keep firing like that. Moments with all their depth, all their, disappointment, the whole spectrum. Hilarity, devastation. And I come to grips with that, and I feel this overwhelming sense of peace and readiness. Readiness for life after life. And something stirs underneath me without my knowing, and I find myself cascading over another waterfall, and I grip onto a rock and pull myself out. My friend is bawling and crying. Those tears, that one water, same. I'm thankful for the waters and all the ways they show up, even when it's scary, even when it's mysterious, those deep, dark waters, not knowing what's down there. I'm grateful for the earth, the way she holds me exactly as I am, not expecting anything more of me, exactly as I am, holding me, embracing me, just like the Divine Holy Mother. Petals and thorns, holding a place for me. Giving us all these gifts. All this food substance, all this shelter, satisfying our every need. Even the homeless folks are given their place. I'm thankful for above, the sun, moon, and stars. Way up higher than that too. I'm thankful for that home place, home with a capital H. Home. I bring my love cup there. I bring my love cup there and fill it up. Drink it up. I honor the love. Great mystery. I respect those cultures that find reverence for the mystery. Those ones who don't claim to know universal truths, but passionately, excitedly look to the unknown. Go to that place of stillness to heal. I want to echo what a lot of folks have said here for myself. Meditation brings me right back home. Meditation helps me to see with my eyes closed. Helps me to sense what's real. Something's real I witness. I find myself now in the arena of lights, where I'm like a star, not with visible light, not with measurable heat, but with some essence of who I am, radiating infinitely in all directions. And you're there. You're there. You're there. Eyes closed and an open mind, I see everyone there, all of us souls, sharing that infinite thing I'm going to call space because I don't know what it is. Blending that thing I'm going to call light because I don't know what else to call it. And as I approach, as I lean into the direction, as I lean in the direction of my choosing, I sense a closeness with what I desire to attract. My dad, my mom, who still walks on this earth, my brother, my sister Sunshine, my lover, my family I don't know yet, on the other side of that camera. My brothers in the back row over there, who don't know what they're doing here, who don't know if they resonate with this. We don't know what this is. We don't know why. I think that great mystery that exists without having to have an explanation. I give thanks for that unknowing part of me that can wonder like a child, that can be curious. Today, the subject of forgiveness came into my field and I pretended like I knew what I was talking about. One thing I feel, one thing I observe is that liberation comes to me when I forgive myself. Beyond that, I don't know. I forgive myself, I love and accept myself, all those petals, all those thorns, all I am. I'm learning to respect myself more and more every day. Forgiving layer and layer of walls, layers and layers of restrictions I've put on myself. Forgiving these boundaries and ceilings I've created. Illuminating those pain points. so I can free myself from that pain and live more abundantly, live more freely, access that flow state that comes, in my experience, with a spirited surrender to the presence. That divine holy presence is here and now. God is here and now in everything. Love is here in everything, under it all. I feel it. You can call me brother. Some other people call me dad. I play a lot of roles in life. Son, uncle, friend. I play a lot of roles, and these roles, they mean something to me. I appreciate them. I appreciate them like I appreciate my flesh and bone and my jewels. I appreciate these roles like I appreciate the elements. And I venture to say, I know I'm something more than any of these roles. I'm always a brother to all. I'm never a brother to all. One thing that's constant, I am a soul, and I have my place of belonging at home, where we all are now. Oh. Woo.
Listening to you, watching you. I love that you tell your story with your eyes closed. So you can block out any distractions from what's really wanting to come out. It's like watching art get created before my eyes. By show of hands, who felt the same way? Yeah. What? Thank you.
You expressed through a poetic soul prayer the essence of what moves and has moved you so deeply and brought the living essence directly here. Thank you. I see you, brother.
I'm sitting there listening to you and watching you and taking in your energy, and I was thinking, I guess I've always wondered this. How do you get your inspiration? Where do you find that? Is it inside? Is it outside? Is it both? Cabe, you have so much joy for life.
For me, it's easy to see inspiration in everything. Beauty is all around me. I see God in everything, and that brings me peace. I see God, and I want to share God. I want to share beauty when I see it. I want to acknowledge it, and, flirt with it, and just like cradle it, sing songs for it. I don't have to look for it. I don't have to ask for it. It just shows up all the time. I'm thankful for this. I've had an artistically cultivating childhood. My dad was an elementary art teacher, and my mom was a pianist. Throughout my whole life, people have made space for me to be an artist. And it wasn't until 2024 when one of my family members asked me to do something with my art. Before it was like holding space for me to be me. Nobody ever asked for it, though. It's almost like too much. I'm like burdening people with my gifts. In fact, I've shown up to parties and been like, I have this new album. Can I show you this music video? So excited. Everyone's in their own show, and it's just, being an artist is kind of like a solo journey. It's like being a harem. This is a self-portrait here. Kind of like seeing myself in a harem. Solo flyer. Someone asked for a harem to show up. And it really helped me to find courage. And I had neglected my artist path for a long time because it's scary, right? I saw my dad struggle in finances, and it was a strangling type of concern for my mom. And it led to all kinds of calamity, including divorce. And everyone is an artist, and to find an audience, I think that courage is the number one most necessary asset for an artist. And the greatest gift a person can give to an artist is encouragement. So I feel encouraged by my sister inviting me to express myself. I feel encouraged by the ecstatic dance practice that I call my church. Every Sunday I show up for myself and I express and connect that way. I let the inner artist out. And I really feel liberated today as an artist and lit up.
There was a moment as you were kind of speaking truth where you curiously, from my perspective, were kind of fixating on the word substantial and then substantiate. Mm-hmm. And for anybody who has ever been in a church, that might evoke communion. Mm-hmm. Tell me what your feelings are about communion right now.
Thanks, yeah, that's a beautiful question. I grew up in a Christian environment. I know really well that practice of communion. It's totally relevant to the subject of forgiveness. The way I see it is a substantiating of the gesture of forgiving. And forgiveness happens in a subtle lean into the direction. It's a choice. And I really like that about it, but I also like the art of showing up abundantly for ourselves and making those grandiose gestures to, substantiate it, to make it bigger. It's kind of like a densification of an idea, or like a crystallization of an idea in a manifest form. It's material, you can feel it. In this case, communion, we're drinking the blood that represents forgiveness and my understanding. And we're eating the bread, which represents a body, but also like a sharing of bread. It's like a communion, it's a communal gesture, breaking bread, sharing that. Along those lines, it's funny because the subject of Jesus comes up in my life a lot. This is an exemplary human being, in my opinion, and someone I look to as a source of inspiration, the source of inspiration. That's the answer to your question. And when I think about the symbology that could have been associated with Jesus, sometimes I wonder why the cross was the chosen symbol that represents him. Now I like to, see the cross in a new way because I've practiced seeing it in a different way, rather than a martyrdom symbol, rather than a symbol of great suffering and consequence, a symbol of life after life. I don't believe Jesus is dead. I believe there's life after life for Jesus, just like there is me. To me, it's obvious. Along those lines, I feel impassioned to share this. People in my childhood talked about the second coming of Christ in a way that was really apocalyptic. It was like the end days, the final judgment. Now I see it in a different way. Now I see every single one of us being the second coming of Christ. I think every single one of us carries that light of the divine in us, and by our choices, by our strong choices, by our self-respect, by honoring that light in us, we show up for ourselves, we show up for everyone. There's a wave of it happening right now. So big. We're not waiting for anyone except ourselves. If we're waiting for ourselves. But we don't have to wait.
Aho!
Aho!